What's going on YouTube? Links Forte bring you the week 2 prep for my match. Yeah, that was a bad intro. I'm not gonna lie about it. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get this started. My first Pokemon I'm bringing is my Dragonite. This one's gonna be actually supposed to be Adamant, Dragon Dance, E-Speed, Fire Punch, Outrage. So ignore that. The one I have that I'm gonna be actually using is gonna be Adamant. But the reason why I'm bringing Dragonite is for that priority. Fire Punch, because my opponent does have a Mega Scizor, so I want to make sure I'll be able to hit that hard enough. He also has a Weavile, so if I can get a Dragon Dance up and then hit it with a Fire Punch, it should take it out no problem. Although Outrage does that as well, but I don't want to be locked into it because he has a Togekiss in the back, and I also don't want to be locked in as long as he still has that Mega Scizor sitting around. Other threats on his team that may cause Dragonite an issue could be Machamp with a priority Bullet Punch if I'm not paying attention, and he gets off a Dynamic Punch and confuses me or something like that. He also has Mega Blastoise that he could bring if he doesn't bring the Mega Scizor, so Blastoise scalding everything, hitting me with Ice Beam, it's something I have to be mindful of. The next Pokemon I'm bringing is Mega Lopunny. For whatever reason, I picked up the wrong Lopunny in this picture as well. The one I actually have that I should be bringing is going to have the Limber ability. So I'll make sure to fix all this. I hope I fix all of this before my battle. When you guys see the battle, or when you guys see this video, I should be in the middle of battling by the time this gets uploaded. So, Fake Out, Return, High Jump Kick, Drain Punch. I'm opting for both moves because I've played my opponent. The person I'm playing, his name is Cuddy. I've played him twice last season. I played him once early in the season, and then I played him in the semifinals of the playoffs. And he may run Protect on his Weavile. I think that was something he ran last season on his Weavile. He also has a Blissey. So, and the thing is, Drain Punch can't OHKO Blissey, but High Jump Kick can. So he may calc that pre-game and say he may think about running High Jump Kick, or I'm sorry, he may think about running Protect on Blissey just so I can take that extra bit of damage from missing. But I want, just in case I do ever miss, I want to be able to recover with Drain Punch. Weavile also Mega Lopunny also outspeeds Weavile, so even if he wants to go for like an Ice Shard, I can just heal it off with Drain Punch and not have to worry about anything, because Drain Punch will take out the Weavile due to an event 4 times effective. The next Pokemon I'm going to bring is Mamoswine. Mamoswine is coming back. This time it's slightly different. It's rocking a Choice Scarf with Icicle Spear, Superpower, Knockoff, and Earthquake. The reason why I chose the moves that I chose here is because Icicle Spear is mainly for the Leavanny that he has. You'll see in a minute that the team that I'm bringing won't have a way to remove hazards. So I chose for Icicle Spear because I'm sure he knows that. I think there was a few of them that actually talked about that he should put up sticky webs against me to be able to slow me down. 3 hits on Leavanny from an Icicle Spear will actually take out the Leavanny, and I don't have to worry about a Focus Sash or anything like that. The trick is to actually get the 3 hits though. It's a 37.5% chance, if I'm not mistaken, to get 3 hits. So I'm hoping for 3 hits, otherwise there's a good chance I lose from turn 1 if he brings Leavanny. I don't see why he wouldn't bring Leavanny due to me being, I'm relying on speed in the majority of my battles. And the only Pokemon I have immune to sticky webs is Dragonite, which is why it's actually on the team here. I'm also rocking the Superpower for Blissey, just in case he wants to, get cheeky or whatever, thinking he can take a hit. Superpower should do a lot of damage to that Blissey. Choice Scarf Mamoswine, even though it's Adamant, it outspeeds everything on his team. He has Weavile, it outspeeds that. I think it's about like 4 points. He has Latias, it should outspeed that, barring him rocking a Choice Scarf. Another reason why I'm bringing Choice Scarf is because he has Volcanion as well. Volcanion, you can go Choice Specs or even Choice Scarf. I've seen people run Choice Scarf just to be able to, to outspeed what it needs to outspeed, because Volcanion is a very hard hitter. So I just want to make sure I outspeed things like that. The next Pokemon I'm going to bring is my Nidoking. Nidoking was on my team last season. I loved using it last season. I had to bring it this season. Earth Power, Super Power, Ice Beam, Sludge Wave. It's supposed to be naive. I got to make sure I fix that. I'm rocking Super Power just because Blissey can switch in, and hitting it with a Super Power plus Sludge Wave, depending on its spread, could very well take it out. So I want to make sure Blissey can't come in safely against my Nidoking. Other than that, this is basic, simple Nidoking. Before, I did think about bringing Volbeat and passing on +3, because at that point, Nidoking destroys everything on my opponent's team. I thought about rocking Choice Scarf as well, but again, I don't want to be locked in if Blissey comes in, because that gives Blissey a free, depending on what move I go for, it gives Blissey a free chance to Soft World or even use Wish and pass it off to something else. I don't want to give my opponent any chance because he's a very good player. The next Pokemon I'm going to bring is Seismitoad. Water Absorb, Bold, Stealth Rock, Scald, Knockoff, Earthquake. Nothing special about it. I just wanted to make sure I had something good for Volcanion. I want to keep him from going for Steam Eruption. I want to do what I can to limit the use of like a Fire Blast. If he wants to go for Sludge Bomb, trying to go up against my Sylveon, that's fine. Seismitoad comes in. If he's not on an Air Balloon, Earthquake hurts him. So that was my main thought for bringing Seismitoad. I wanted to be able to check/counter his Volcanion and keep it from destroying my entire team. My last Pokemon is that Sylveon. Calm Nature, Hyper Voice, Protect, Heal Bell, Wish, just in case something were to get burned, poisoned, paralyzed, what have you. I want to be able to help my team out and do what I can to ensure that I play the way I want to play. Nothing special about the set, just simple, That's the team I'm bringing this week. The team I'm expecting him to bring is Blissey, Leavanny, Mega Scizor, Cofagrigus, Weavile, and possibly a Latias. I said he could bring Volcanion. That's an option he could do. He may forego Mega altogether, but I don't see, the first 6 Pokemon I listed, those are the ones I'm expecting him to bring. The Cofagrigus and Blissey is such a good wall core. Cofagrigus with that Mummy ability, it stops Mega Lopunny in its tracks. I can hit it one time and my Mummy ability is gone. I thought about bringing Ice Punch just so that's not an issue, but I looked at it and there was no reason for me to really have Ice Punch other than to hit Cofagrigus, because Return hits harder, or does the same amount of damage as Ice Punch to Latias and Togekiss and Nidoqueen. There was just no reason to have Ice Punch other than to go for that 10% freeze chance. I just didn't see a point in it when I can just go for the double fighting stab moves. His Latias could come Choice Scarf, and that's something I had in the back of my mind. What am I gonna do if that's the case? If that's what it becomes, Sylveon should be able to handle it. I need to calc what a Psyshock would do, but I don't see him getting too crazy. One of the guys in the league and I was talking, actually Artorias, the guy I battled last week, or the first battle, he and I were talking, as well as, this is my own personal opinion as well. I feel like I have the hardest opening schedule. My first week was against Artorias. Artorias is a great battler, even though, don't let that 5-0 fool you. He's a great battler. I fully expect him to be in the top 4 or 5 going into the playoffs at the end of the season. I have Cuddy, as I said earlier in the video. We battled in the semifinals. Last season, it was only the top 4 that made it into the playoffs. This season is going to be top 8. I finished 3rd in the regular season, although I was in 1st or 2nd place the majority of the season. I finished 3rd just because at the end of the season, I had some bad battles. He ended up finishing 2nd, and I believe he was in the top 4 during the entire season as well. So he is not by any means incompetent in his abilities or in battling. So he's a tough opponent. My next opponent next week is Kyle, I believe. No, my next opponent is Chris. Chris has a couple championships in the Pixel Dream Leagues under his belt. He won season 6. No, I'm sorry. He in season 6 and season 7, the 2 seasons that I was in, he's actually been in first place throughout the regular seasons. He didn't win season 6, and as I said, I won season 7. But he's always at the top. You never see him outside of the top 4 or 5. If he's outside of it, it's maybe the first 1 or 2 weeks. And my 4th week is against Kyle. Kyle has 4 of the 7 championships, with Chris having 2 and myself having 1. Kyle is an amazing battler. I've gotten the best of him twice in the league. He's yet to beat me in the league, but I've battled him outside, and it's difficult for me to go up against him and beat him. So 3 of the 4 people I just mentioned, my weeks 2, 3, and 4, we were all in the playoffs last season. So that's why I believe I have the most difficult schedule in the beginning, because I had Art season 1, Cuddy week 2, Chris week 3, and Kyle week 4. And then my week 5 is against Michael. Michael in season 6 and season 7 was 1 spot out of the playoffs. He finished 5th both seasons, and I believe it was about like 1 kill or something like that in both seasons, like 1 or 2 kills in both seasons. So, and I've yet to beat him in the league. Outside of the league, I think I've yet to lose him, but inside the league, I've yet to beat him. So my first 5 weeks, I believe to be the hardest. That's up for debate between everybody else, but this is just what I believe, because 3 of my first 4 opponents were in the playoffs last season, and then the 5th opponent was just outside. So that's my own personal opinion. Anyway, that's my team preview. You guys like, comment, subscribe. The battle should be up not too long, maybe a few hours after this video goes up. As always, later.